No, this is just B-roll.
I don't know what that means. Hey, y'all!
You wanna know how I got here? Bitch, me too.
Yeah. Makes no difference what you're gonna do. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head.
I'm going to. The iPad Air is too big and too heavy for me to put in my bag. So,
Get another one.
I got a mini. I'm sick of me. I'm sick of me.
This is why we can't handle money.
I'm sick of me.
It makes sense, but now how much do you use it?
I locked myself out and I was just like, I'll deal with it after I get back from Chicago. So,
Child.
it's, girl, I do the both.
Alright.
So anyways, part of me, I might trade it because I'm just doing the most at this point. Thank you.
I love dealing with a rich nigga.
Dress it up and make it real for me.
He's the best.
Whatever that fucking means. Get a soda and style for me. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up the gas. Put your legs in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, a moving nigga, gon' let him have it. We ballin' like the March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one that live in lavish. Like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I done want for the business, might have made me fuck her even though she average. Dirty money in the cook. The 45 by my good. When young nigga in the cook. Take you out for some joints. Counter spot, no rush. I'm on a one-way flush. Loud pack smelling mud. These fucking police can't touch me. These fucking police can't touch me. Fucking niggas can't touch me. I try to pressure with the VBS. I try to fall like it was a shit. Try to fall like it was a shit. Lift it up and go and offset. Fuck a Cooper like she had it. She hit the dirt, spraying legendary. Ready so and style from me. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up the gas. Put your names in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, a moving nigga, gon' let him have it. We ballin' like the March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one that live in lavish. Like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I done want it for the business, might have made me fuck her even though she average. Fuck on the basic bitch, we gon' wake up and smoke up some blunt and fuck. She gon' keep it so real with a nigga that I'ma come back and always gon' fuck with her. Been the curve and the spur like a motor bus. I was working and serving in Nautica. I get high till I'm higher than Mercury. Fuck around, teach you that recipe. Fuck around, you gon' be out of here. Make it say hum like a nigga with groovin'. Soon as that work hit the city, we movin'. Pumped up in honest and shoot us a movie. Pumped up in honest and shoot us a movie. Made it two-sided cover just in case a nigga ever gotta use it. Get a paint coat and pull it up, nigga. Dirty soda and style for me. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up the gas. Put your names in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, a moving nigga, gon' let him have it. We ballin' like the March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one that live in lavish. Like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I done want it for the business, might have made me fuck her even though she average. But the niggas can't touch me. I try to pressure with the VBS. I try to feel like it was a shit. Fuck a Cooper like she had it bad. Future hit the dirty spraying legendary. Dirty soda and style from me. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Got a roll a pound up the gas. Put your names in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, a moving nigga, gon' let him have it. We ballin' like the March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one to live in lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I don't want it for the bitch that might have made me fuck her even though she average.
He's the best. No lie.
Dress it up and make it real for me.
He's the best.
Whatever that fucking means. Yeah, it's so unstopped for me. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Gotta roll a pound up and gas it. Put your legs in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, I'm moving nigga, gon' let them have it. We ballin' like March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one to live in lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I don't want it for the bitch that might have made me fuck her even though she average. Dirty money in the cook, the 45 I'm a good. When young nigga in the cook, take you out for some joints. Counter spot, no rush. I'm on a one-way flush. Loud pack smelling mud. These fucking police can't touch me. These fucking police can't touch me. Fucking niggas can't touch me. I try to brush it with the VBS. I try to fall like it was a shit. Try to fall like it was a shit. Lift it up and go and offset. Fuck a Cooper like she Holly Berry. She hit the dirt, spraying legendary. Dirty soul and style from. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Gotta roll a pound up and gas it. Put your lanes in the Grand Rapids. We the one that kept it cool with all the niggas till these niggas start acting. Shoot a nigga like Phil, man, I'm moving nigga, gon' let them have it. We ballin' like March Madness. All these cops shoot a nigga tragic. Only one to live in lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. I didn't want it for the bitch that might have made me fuck her even though she average. Fuck on the basis, bitch. We gon' wake up and smoke on some blunt and fuck. She gon' keep it so real with a nigga that I'ma come back and always gon' fuck with her. Then the curve and the spur like a motor bus. I was working and serving in Nautica. I get high till I'm higher than Mercury. Fuck around, teach you that recipe. Fuck around, you gon' be out of here. Make it say hum like a nigga with groovin'. Soon as that work hit the city, we movin'. Pumped up in honest and shoot us and movin'. Pumped up in honest and shoot us and movin'. Made it to the side of cover just in case a nigga ever gotta use it.
Good morning, good afternoon. Honestly, I don't know what time it is. Currently reading, trying to finish up these 200 pages before class on Monday. I also have, I also have a lecture and like a PowerPoint that I have to go over. Today is Saturday, July 8th. And my 2-week intensive class begins, damn, I say a lot. Let's try this again. Thank you, move. My neighbors are currently moving out, and Panda can see them outside of the window, and he can't get to them. He's a little stressed because he wants to play. Anyways, hi. I've been having a pretty rough time trying to get to sleep at a decent hour, so I fell asleep about 4:30 and I woke up at 8, which is why I'm yawning so much.
Knowing that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Nothing else will remain the same. Yesterday will be devoured by today, and today will be devoured by forevermore. Always evolving, new trends, new ideas, but
Please don't
Jesus
sit on my
is the
MacBook.
same. The one consistent rock, the thing that will not move. We have come to set aside these souls for the work of the ministry. Before God, to crawl before Him, to see.
Ooh, I can't wait to lock this shit back up. Ah! Cause damn, I'm so tired of this.
who has given us service as COO of the Potter's House. As you take on executive pastor, it's a new title, but it's the same work.
Come on, somebody.
By your wife, it is not lost on me that he called you while the enemy was trying to kill you.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
And that had Satan had his way, we wouldn't be consecrating you, we would be burying you.
Have mercy, God.
Dr. Oscar Williams has set you aside for such a time as this. If his father were not nearing the gates of heaven at this moment. So remember Dr. Joel Tubman, who may even be watching us as we go through this charge. Pastor.
Happy Monday. It's currently Monday, July 10th. 2:35 p.m. I just woke up from a mini nap. I had class this morning from 9 to 11:30. And it was a good class. It was definitely a good class. Unfortunately, I didn't go to sleep until about 4 again. So I was exhausted. Didn't want to take a nap, but I did. It was an impromptu kind of thing. It is what it is. But I'm just glad I didn't sleep longer than, I don't think I slept longer than like an hour and a half. Just gave me a little bit of something, very much something that I need to keep going for the day. What is that? Anyway, I just made a few protein pancakes. Nothing exciting. I think this class is going to be good for me. I am currently at Emory University, studying the graduate level at the Candler School of Theology, where I am a Master of Divinity student. I'm in my second year of a 3-year program. You want to know how I got here? Bitch, me too. Believe me. My college journey, my college story, it's a little long. I'll try to make it a little bit shorter. So I graduated high school in 2005. When I graduated high school, I barely graduated. Not because, I wasn't intelligent, but because I was depressed. I wasn't doing any work. High school was actually really rough for me. I won't go into that. But it was rough for me. And I had to graduate out of adult education because I failed Algebra 2 my senior year. I've never been great at math. I didn't know how to study math. Whatever. I graduated at 16. I came from a sheltered upbringing where I didn't have a lot of control over self-expression. I had no say-so in where I went, really who I saw, what I did. And so when I finally got a college ID, I just lost my mind. So I don't know what the club scene is like now, but I know the club scene in 2005, 2006. Baby, if it was a college night, I was in there. Do you understand me? I was in there. Because all you have to do is show your college ID at the door. They didn't need your actual like driver's license. And I partied. Whew. If you knew me back then, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let me tell you something. I don't regret. I do not regret being a club rat because I had so much fun. It was one of the first times in my life where I felt some kind of freedom. Is just being able to dance. Just dancing. It was everything to me. Anyways, so while I was turning up, I was in community college, literally still living at home with my dad. Long story short, I wasn't going to class. I wasn't going to class. I wasn't doing the work. When I did do the work, I got A's. When I didn't go to class and when I didn't do the work, I failed or withdrew from the class. I didn't really have a good understanding of how financial aid worked, but I quickly learned that you can't be flunking out of classes and getting financial aid. So push comes to shove, some years pass, I ended up flunking out twice of this community college. You have to try. You really have to put in a good effort to flunk out of community college. So I could say I was successful in that. By the time I went back to college, I was 27. Yeah, I was 27. And essentially I had to start all over again. So the classes that I had passed when I was in college in my early 20s and my late teens didn't really account for much because my GPA was so terrible. It was a 1.2. I think it was a 1.2 or a 1.4. Like I said, I was in the club, so we're gonna skip right on past that. I had to get my GPA up because even if I could have graduated with my associate's degree, where was I going to transfer into if I don't have a 2.0? I had failed and withdrew from so many classes. It took 2 or 3 years of straight A's, being on the dean's list to get my GPA to a 2.0. Yeah. That was one of the hardest, just most difficult times in my life. That's one of the most difficult things that I've ever done. So a lot of people get an associate's degree and they don't display it because they go on to get a bachelor's. I'm going to display my associate's degree everywhere because I worked my ass off to get that little funky piece of paper. Anyways, so I ended up transferring into Winthrop University where I majored in psychology and I ended up graduating spring of 2021. Super grateful. Now, prior to this, I, was hustling, not illegal hustling, but I always had 2 or 3 jobs. I was doing makeup. I was working at Sephora. I was freelancing at Ulta. I was working in retail. I was a manager at Sunglass Hut. Like I was doing a little bit of everything. And so when I graduated, I was like, oh, like I should be able to make some money now. Like maybe I can actually get by with 1 job, not 3 jobs. Baby, I couldn't find no job. Which is wild to me because in my mind, I was like, well, it's not like I'm 18 with no resume. I graduated at 31 with a very nice resume. And I couldn't find anything from Food Lion to, I couldn't even be rehired at Starbucks because I had worked at Starbucks at one time. Working at Amazon, like applying for corporate positions. Either I was overqualified at that point or I just didn't make the cut because so many people were applying to these jobs. And of course, it's during the height of the pandemic, right? I was in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in Rock Hill, South Carolina. No income. No income. No unemployment. My savings was gone by the end of the summer 2020. They was done. Okay? That was it. So when I tell you we was riding on E across the board, there was nothing. Thank God for my friends. Thank God for my friends. Because my rent was paid by the grace of God. My utilities was being paid somehow by the grace of God. And it was my friends. Period. So when we get to the fall of that year, I'm just beat down. I've tried everything that I know to do. I tried door dashing. I tried driving Uber. But there were so many people door dashing and driving Uber that they actually stopped accepting applications in my area. They weren't letting anybody else sign up. Yeah. When I could not get on doing DoorDash, I thought I was losing my mind, because I'm not somebody who is used to depending on other people to do for me. I'm used to being able to do for myself. But at this time, I couldn't do that. I had to depend on other people. And I was depending on other people for months. And so I finally just stopped and I asked God, I was like, God, what is it that you want me to do? I've done everything I know to do. I can't think of any other way out of this. Like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Because at this point, like what you want from me? I tell people that this is probably the worst prayer that I ever prayed. Maybe one day I'll consider it the best prayer I ever prayed. But that day is not today. I ask God to put me in alignment with who I am supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be, and what I'm supposed to be doing. That's it. I told God, if you tell me what to do, I will do it. Like, I'm going to trust you. Because I have nothing else. I have no other ideas. There's nothing left in the tank. Just whatever you say, I'm a vibe with it. And almost immediately, a memory came to the surface, like as I'm praying. And the memory like replayed in my mind. The memory was of a time where I was doing community organizing. And my homeboy, Maurice Mitchell, who's the head of the Working Families Party, so shout out to Mo. Mo had asked me, he was like, would you ever consider being like a movement chaplain? And I remember looking at him like, are you fucking crazy? Have you met me? Like, do you know me? That's a terrible idea for everybody involved. So I was like, no. Never gave it another thought. That was in 2015, I think. Yeah, 2015. So fast forward to 2021, and this is replaying in my mind. I'm just like, God, that's not you. That's not you. That is clearly not what you want me to do. Because have you met me? Because I've met me. And that's a bad idea. I'm not the person for the job. So the next day, I told God, I was like, God, like I'm gonna need confirmation. I'm gonna need confirmation on that, cause I ain't never. Look at me. I have never. I've never wanted to be a pastor. I've never wanted to be a theologian. I don't even go to church, okay? And at this point, I don't even own a Bible anymore. I don't. What? I'm talking to our friends on the camera. You want a piece of pancake? I already put syrup on it, buddy. I can't give it to you because it's too sweet. Hold on, let me turn it around. Here, you want a crispy edge? Gentle. Good job. You know, my friend over here begging for food. You got a bowl full of food over there. Anyways, like I was saying, I never wanted to do this. Yep. I got confirmation. Not just one confirmation. I got a few more confirmations. And I'm just like, what is going on? I said, okay, God, this is what I'm gonna do. I will look for a program to apply to. If I get in, I'll take that as a for sure, yes, this is what you want me to do. Keep in mind that at this point, after I graduated, I had not gotten a job. I got rejected from every job, every internship, every graduate school that I had applied to. And I really wanted to go to Brown, got rejected. I was applying for public health at that point. I wasn't getting in anywhere. So when God told me that I was supposed to be in ministry, I was just like, so you think if I apply to a seminary, I'm going to get accepted? Yeah, all right. But I said, okay, God, you got a deal. If I get in, I'll go. I did all my research. I narrowed it down to 3 schools. Emory was my number 1. It just felt good. It felt like home. And so Emory was the one that I applied to first. And when I finally put my application in, God was like, all right, that's it. That's it. You don't need to put any more in. And I'm just like, I had gotten rejected from less prestigious institutions than Emory. So in my mind, I knew I wasn't getting it. So this wasn't no problem. Bitch, I got in. I got in. God is funny. God is funny. Ooh, God is funny. And you would think I would have been excited to finally have a direction, to finally get an acceptance after all of those months of being rejected. I was low-key distraught. I didn't want to go. I was really banking on not getting in. I was really banking on not getting in. Because I didn't want to go. Yet, here I am. 2nd year. Living in Atlanta. In an apartment like I always wanted. A luxury apartment. Side note, damn near every apartment is a luxury these days because have you seen rent prices? I pay more in rent than most people pay in the mortgage. That's a story for another day. Anyways, I'm here now, living the answers to prayers that I was praying 10 years ago when I could only dream of walking across a stage. I had never gone to any of my graduations. My associate's degree was my first one. 10 years ago when I was only dreaming of being able to finish my associate degree and dreaming and pinning on Pinterest college graduation pictures, what I would wear to my college graduation, just thinking of like a bachelor's degree and kind of wishing that, you know, in another life, like I would love to get a doctorate. I started doing all of those things. So to be in grad school right now, in general, is nothing but God and determination. I was determined to prove to myself that I could do it. That's why my associate's degree was so hard. There was so much learning and unlearning that I had to do around study habits, around prioritization, just everything. This is really like big ups to God. Like shout out to God and like shout out to me and my tenacity. Because we made a great team. And we're still making a great team. I guess sometimes I just can't believe I'm in graduate school. And I'm at Emory. And I live in Atlanta. In this nice ass apartment. With this designer doodle. My little dog. Living a life that I prayed for. I prayed for this. In like 2012. Maybe 2010. Yeah, 2010. I could only dream of this. And now here I am. At this point, God has shown me time and time again that I just need to like let loose the reins. And just go on the vibes. That's what faith is for me. It's just saying, it's a lot of saying, fuck it. God got it. Hands off. I do the best that I can. After that, God got it. I'm definitely doing my best not to stress about anything. School, bills, work, whatever. The Prozac helps. For sure. But it's been an interesting ride. An interesting ride so far. So yeah, that's how I got to Emory. And that is how do you ever not feel real? Sorry. Mental illness is real. Anyways, that's how I got to Emory, and that's how I ended up in divinity school, studying theology, training to be a chaplain. Baby, please don't ask me what I'm about to do after this. I don't know. I definitely have some plans for the fall as far as entrepreneurship. I've branched out in entrepreneurship a couple of times already. I've made some good mistakes, costly mistakes. Still need to pay for some of those mistakes. However, I learned a lot and I think I'm ready to try again. So when the time comes, I'll let y'all know about that. But as of right now, I actually need to do my reading for class tomorrow. And I have quite a bit of it. So I'll talk to y'all later. God bless or go to hell. You pick.
Hey, Jackson. Yeah.
Say hi to her.
Good morning. Oh, I think my camera's crooked. I've been up for a couple hours. Today is Sunday, July 9th. So I think today's the 9th. I'm pretty sure today's the 9th. I didn't get to record much of my visit with my niece and nephew yesterday. I kind of forgot what it was like to have like so much little person energy around, but it was a good time anyway. They're super sweet. And I love being around them. Oh, do I still have a lash on? Oh, maybe not. Y'all, I woke up this morning and my lashes, one lash was, oh, I think those were mine. One lash was stuck to, like, my eyebrow. So there was like a lash that was up here. And then there was a lash on my pillow that I thought was a fucking spider. And I almost killed myself. Because I rolled over. First of all, I rolled over on the dog. And then almost rolled off of the fucking bed. Because I thought it was a spider. But it was just a lash. I'm a stomach sleeper. So maybe the falscara thing, like, I need to just take them off at night. There's no point. There's no point because they're going to come off. Anyways, tomorrow I have a class that starts. It's called a United Methodist Polity and something. It's something. I don't know. So today I'm just going to be getting ready to get my head back in the books for real. I'm really doing my best to ease myself out of burnout. I've been in college classes, well, consistently since 2017. It's now 2023 and I haven't taken any time off really. Even like the you know, like the short term before the semester starts, like I'm taking those, we call those A-term. The Maymester, like I've been taking Maymester. I'm tired. And I've really been enjoying the last few weeks of doing absolutely nothing. And it's given me the energy and the clear-mindedness. Is that a thing? Yeah, and the clear-mindedness to really focus on academics and actually kind of get excited about reading and learning again. I'm not sure if getting my first C in grad school might have been what prompted this. Grades are grades. I don't focus as much on grades now as I used to, because I know that even when I'm mediocre, like, I'm a B student. Like, if I do the bare minimum, I'm a B student. And that's not to brag, it's just what I found to be true. But getting a C in a class, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. Getting a C in a class that I should have gotten an A in, that I could have gotten an A in. Let me specify that. Had I not been burnt the fuck out and sick. That to me, I'm not gonna say it's a failure on my part, but I will say that it really drove home the reality that I'm burnt out. Very Panda, please.
She's just a normal girl who picks up 2-3 things.
Yeah, so I got 2 little skirts and 2 little tops. And Tam shops like she's never bought clothes in her life.
Yes, I do.
Well, we have a lot to cover today, so I am going to go ahead and get us started. We'll start with opening prayer. I think we'll have a few more to jump on. General conference itself will decide where the next general conference is going to be. We do the same sort of thing at annual conference. Have you ever hung around to the very end, usually, of annual conference? And one of the last things they'll do is bring up a motion of where the next annual conference will be held.
Hey guys, sorry about the camera quality. I realized I didn't record an outro. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me ramble and for watching me make scrambled eggs every fucking video. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah. Makes no difference what you gon' do.